Welcome to the Holliston Police Log for January 10th through 16, 2020. Brought to you by the Acme Bail Bonding Company. January 10th, vehicle stopped with a tow at 56 Washington. Framingham resident cited for 90/34J, 90/10, and 90/23. The driver didn't make bingo, but he did qualify for a free ride to HPD. Hometown Auto won the car. Suspicious activity. Anonymous caller to HPD to report suspicious online activity. We'll get right on that. An erratic driver was arrested at Pinecrest after Milford PD alerted Holliston PD of a driver involved in a crash and was reported all over the road as he left the scene. The driver was cited for Mark Lane's violation, failure to stop for police, negligent operation, possession of an open container of alcohol, OUI, liquor second offense, and leaving the scene of an accident. The driver insisted that he was hardly under the affluence of alcohol. Prisoner checked every half hour. January 11th, prisoner checked every half hour again. Suspicious activity on Gerald. Report of a man in a gray sweatshirt on the property. Detective assigned. Suspicious activity on Pinecrest. A brown F-150 pickup truck has passed by the caller's house 5 times today and was never seen before. Now there's a person in need of a hobby. More suspicious activity, this time on Central. Resident complained that someone was in her house and posted pictures on Facebook when her dog was missing. Lesson learned, don't let strangers into your house if your dog isn't there to supervise the use of your computer. Animal incident at 560 Washington. Car versus deer. Minor damage, but the deer, RANNOFT. January 12th, prisoner checked every half hour. Yep, still there. Assist citizen on Central. Female requesting a ride back home for her and her scooter. January 13th, prisoner transported to Framingham District Court. We're going to miss you. Now here's another lesson. Don't get arrested on a Friday night, as you'll be cooling your heels at the Gray Bar Hotel for at least until Monday morning, when the Framingham District Court opens for business. Crash at 445 Central. A Framingham driver was taken to the hospital after using the Verizon utility pole to confirm Newton's first law of motion. Hometown Automotive took the remains. Animal incident at Washington in school. A Milford officer stopped to help a child catch her dog, which had managed to get away from both of them. The owner later told HPD that the dog should be somewhere between Superette and the Village Plaza, narrowing the search down to a few thousand acres. There was a crash on Washington and Hollis, this time Bellingham versus Taunton. Apparently nobody told them that the new traffic lights were designed to eliminate crashes at that intersection. The 13th was bad luck for 15 drivers pulled over today. January 14th, 12:40 p.m., noise complaint on Oak. The resident called to report hearing a loud bang 5 hours earlier in the day. We'll get right on that, ma'am. Animal incident on Concord. Another coonskin cap in the offing. January 15th, an animal incident at midnight. A Framingham driver struck a deer. So I'm wondering, if you hit a deer at a deer crossing sign, are you at fault for not yielding? January 16th, suspicious activity, vicinity of 635 Highland. Caller reports that that guy in the gray sweatshirt is now hitchhiking. The party was transported to the town line. And stay out. Crash at Washington and Linden. Medway versus East Bridgewater. One taken to the hospital, one taken to Hometown Automotive. Larceny on Concord. Resident reports that a wall-mounted TV is missing. Caller suspects an inside job. Animal incident on Baker. Resident reports that his kids found a missing dog. Can we keep him, Dad? Huh? Can we keep him? Can we? Can we? And finally, there was a lockout on Jarbrook. Caller reports that he was locked out of the house by his 2-year-old grandchild. But before police could respond, he was let back in after agreeing to a second helping of ice cream. During the reporting period, 41 citations and 38 warnings were issued, 4 erratic drivers were reported, and dispatchers logged 385 calls. Canine Matters kept busy looking for evidence on Boynton, Lowland, and Summer. But wait, there's more. Revenge of the killer cockroaches. According to NBC News, Edward Archbold entered a cockroach eating contest put on as a promotional event by a pet store in Deerfield, Florida. The prize was an $850 python. Edward won the contest, but choked to death by eating too many of the crispy critters. According to the report, the death was deemed an accident as a result of arthropod body parts blocking Archibald's airways. Well, if the cockroach hadn't killed him, the python probably would have. Well, that's the log for this week, so let's be careful out there. For Holliston Police Log, I'm Paul Solmier.
Bye.